Hello, everypony, and welcome to my Percy Weasley Should Have Been in Slytherin video. Now, some people have made this theory before me, but I feel that as a Slytherin, I am a bit more qualified to determine who should or shouldn't be in Slytherin. And I'm going to argue that Percy Weasley should have been in Slytherin. Now, I will not be using blood status in determining this because I feel like as Slytherins we're kind of trying to move away from that whole blood thing. You know, sorry, we caused two massive Wizarding Wars. Anyways, so, number one, ambition. Now, personally, I define ambition as the drive to get up in the morning and make something of yourself. And, well, as we can see, especially from book 4 and onwards, Percy Weasley definitely has that trait. Okay? I mean, you can see it in book 3. No. I want to say it's book 2, where it mentions Percy in a secondhand bookstore reading a book called Prefects Who Gained Power, which is about influential people who started out as prefects and eventually rose to greater power. That really is like the first kind of little, I wouldn't say it's a big red flag, it's more of a big green flag. Big green flags! If anyone remembers that joke. Anyways, so, year 3, we get Percy being head boy. And again, he's really proud of that. Some might say a bit too proud. Book 4 is when he starts working at the ministry with Mr. Crouch. And he really took his work seriously. Okay? And he kind of kept pushing himself onward and onward. It mentions, quote, if Dad didn't make him come home every day, he'd work there, which I find very interesting. I believe some more things happen. Then we get to book 5, aka Percy Weasley is a major dingus. Right? He basically turns on his family for political reasons, because the way I see it, he wants to advance further in the ministry, but can't because his family is, in his mind anyways, still supporting that loony Dumbledore. Right? So, you know who else turned on their parents and was in Slytherin? That's right. Dolores, I must not tell lies, Umbridge. It's a fact. Look it up. Umbridge turned on her Muggle-born father, and pretended to be pureblood, when in fact she was half-blood, and she also turned on her squib brother, I think. I don't know. I have more important things to do than, well, Nightspawn, if you're going to do a theory video, you should at least do research. Hey, I am doing research. Watching Sailor Moon on your butt, sitting on your butt watching Sailor Moon does not count as research. I have not been sitting on my butt watching Sailor Moon. I've been sitting on my butt playing Hearts of Iron 4. Anyways, So, yes. For instance, he writes to Ron saying, basically, I'm proud of you becoming a prefect like me. Stop associating with Harry Potter. He's a loony. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. He did not say blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so then we get to book 6. And, Percy believes Harry now. But only because, you see, Fudge's mistake was not believing Harry. So, because Percy isn't as much in the ministry, in the public eye, he can just easily swap his views like he did before. Right? It's a very ambitious thing to do. He quite literally changed parties to run against my father-in-law. Although I'm sure if you asked him, he'd simply tell us that the Skylar seat was up for grabs and he just took it, that's all. If you don't get that reference, you must die. Seriously, though. Anyways, so then we get book 7, where Percy's like, I'm resigning, Minister, but here's the thing. We don't see him do this until, like, the end of the book. And I kind of feel like by that point, it's like, oh, Voldemort's back. I'm gonna keep my head down and quietly support the Ministry. And then the Battle of Hogwarts happens and he's joining in that. Like, I like to imagine that it was just a case of, oh, we're losing now? Okay. Percy Weasley has left. Percy Weasley has joined Team Good Guys. Right? And some of you might be asking, but then why was he in Gryffindor? Well, because the Sorting Hat usually puts families together. Unless it's a case of them specifically asking to be put in a separate house. Probably. I mean, that's probably why Sirius was not in Slytherin, because honestly, if the entire black family, well, it could be a case of him not wanting to be, and a case of him not agreeing with their views. Could be half and half, because he didn't want to be in Slytherin House because he didn't agree with his family's views. Or he didn't agree with his family's views, so he wasn't in Slytherin. Maybe he just asked the Sorting Hat. I don't know. And as for the Patel twins, I have no idea as to why they're in 2 different houses. I mean, to be honest, most people that only watch the movies don't even know who they are. I barely remember. I think one's in Ravenclaw, the other's in Griffin Puff. Then, yeah, that's my favorite house, Griffin Puffrin. Griffin Puffrin. Anyways, behold, socks! Harry Potter has given Dobby socks! But, sir, I think they made a mistake. What do you mean, Dobby? They've given Harry Potter 2 of each kind, sir. Oh! That was one of my favorite scenes from Goblet of Fire. Okay, no, I'm not going to lie. My favorite scene of Goblet of Fire was just the entire part with the Dursleys. Dudley throwing his PlayStation out the window. Which, mini fact of the day. PlayStation, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire takes place in, I want to say, 1995 or possibly 1994. The PlayStation was not released until around 1990. It was around when the book came out, but it wasn't around when the book takes place. And just in case you're having a hard time remembering what year Harry Potter books take place in, just The trick I found is what you do is the start of it starts out with what number book it is, and then you add 1 after the Christmas part. For instance, Philosopher's Stone takes place in 1991. See? I'm smart. Anyways, now if you'll excuse me, Papa needs a new gulag. Saigon, Slenophilia, and I've got to watch the Dark Door. New Year's special.